The Captain America Apology Tour kicks off in Captain America 695. Let's see how the world reacts to Steve Rogers once he's put the Hydra secret empire behind him. So with Marvel Legacy promising to bring us back to basics, it is up to Mark Waid, most recently famous for his incredible Daredevil run, to bring us in the new age of Captain America. And the issue starts off with the most basic thing Captain America can do. It's going to quickly recap his origin story before we catch up into a bunch of action. It is in these action scenes that we see the Captain America we all know and love, as he's tossing around his shield, beating up a bunch of bad guys, and it just so happens that he's in a school defending a bunch of innocent children hiding under their desks. And this is our first indicator that this isn't the Captain America of modern day. And as we find out, Steve Rogers at this time has only recently been freed of his ice chamber. And as he's even talking to the children, he says that this more or less feels like a dream. As Captain America once again continues to fight the bad guys, we see that one of the little children is ready to take a bullet for the Captain. Fortunately enough, the Cap is able to get the shield in front of him and completely take care and destroy the bad guys. Talking with the children after the battle, he reassures them that everything is safe. On his way out, they all want to know who exactly is he, and he says for them to ask their grandparents because they might know. And it is at that moment that we realize that he is in Burlington, Nebraska in the past. When the comic opens up to 10 years later, we see that he is back there. The modern day Steve Rogers has found his way. Steve, of course, is a little bit confused on why he is on the poster of Nebraska. Getting into the small town, he sees that there is a yearly Captain America festival that is taking part right now. Wandering through the town, Steve Rogers is really confused. Kids quickly look at him and say, "Oh wow, that is an impressive Steve Rogers cosplay. You should enter the contest." He's confused that there is a contest based on looking like him. Continuing to walk around, he runs into a man selling hot dogs. Upon trying to get one, Steve Rogers questions the man about what exactly is going on. We see that this guy is a conspiracy nut, saying that this was never a thing. Captain America's origin is completely different. So yeah, he's one of these conspiracy guys who's going to tell you that whatever you know is absolutely fake and he's got his own story. Suddenly in the distance, we see someone take the stage. This just so happens to be one of the many people in this town who has a story regarding the first time he himself saw the man in spangled wear. He tells a story of how Captain America saved his life, and he's not the only one. Story after story of little children, middle-aged men, older people, all telling stories about how Captain America inspired them to be better people. As the stories continue, we see that the same exact villains from the beginning of the comics have showed up. They say it's been 10 years, and they're going to actually start right where they all began originally. So it's time to take care of everything. As they raise their guns, starting to shoot at the crowd, a mighty shield flows across and slashes all of their weapons. Captain America is here to save the day once again, and it is an epic battle. As Captain America goes to interrogate one of the people, saying that he's heard intel and this is why he showed up here, the man is quick to pull the trigger on himself and end his own life. Captain America emerges from the fire as all the people look upon him. He is quick to tell them that this wasn't exactly the thing he was expecting here, but he had to show up. He had to be here considering he wanted to save the day, and being in his costume would have drawn a lot of attention. That's why he didn't put it on. As the crowds gather around Cap, celebrating him, saying that he is an inspiration, Captain America says that maybe he is, but let's look at the real people that are the heroes. Pointing out a woman who ran in front of gunfire just to be able to save some people, and a man who jumped on top of a child just in hopes of saving his life. Captain America is quick to get on his bike and ride away, saying that the strong are always here to protect the weak, and to never forget that. They say welcome back, as the comic ends. Captain America issue number 695 is from the beginning to the end of it an absolutely stellar issue. Something that is the long-awaited promise of Marvel and Marvel Legacy going back to basics. This reminds me of why I love Captain America so much. And as many of you found out earlier this year on our Facebook page, Captain America means more to me than almost any other superhero out there. Me, myself, as an immigrant to the United States, Captain America was the first real exposure I had to what America was all about. The ideals, the life, and how America would serve and protect people like me who needed it. I love this issue, in case you can't tell already. 10 out of 10, no questions about it. This is Captain America.